if we're not causing people to be hungry to work.
Did you hear what he just said?
And they only feed a military dog at night because a hungry dog is an obedient dog.
He just compared us to dogs and then openly admitted to causing hunger to keep us desperate. That's not even a slip-up. That's not out of context. That's how these people view us, as animals, less than humans.
Please listen.
Who gave them the right to charge us for water and land they didn't create? We should not be paying anything for our existence on this earth. Let that sink in. Let it scrape against everything that you've been taught. Because the most insane idea humanity ever normalized is that you owe money simply for being alive. You were born here without consent on a planet you did not create, under a sky that no government ever hung, breathing air that no corporation manufactured, and somehow you start life already in debt. That's not normal. That's not moral. That is not even sane. Explain to me how land became owned. Explain how water became a bill. Explain how shelter became rent, movement became a license, and rest became something you have to earn after selling most of your waking hours. They didn't just monetize labor, they monetized survival. And the moment survival has a price tag, freedom is gone. Because if you must
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I've been reading Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince, or at least listening to the audio inserts of the book. And this man sounds like a jackass. First of all, you're not born into that. I don't know where the fuck he gets this notion from. Two, shelter is called rent because motherfuckers own the building before you got here. And maybe one can argue that morally it's wrong to possess land, right? Like, who gave you an entitlement? It's been going on for thousands, if not millennia. I'm not going to sit here and say that's just the way things are. I'm a capitalist. I understand why things are the way they are. If I live in a building, somebody procured the building, however they got it, right? I'm not going to try to go backwards. And unless you're going to cause a revolution to take the shit like the land and the buildings from the people that have proprietorship over it, you might as well shut the hell up and play ball, right? You need a place to live. If I own the property or said properties, you can't do the shit for free, right? In a perfect world, I would like people to live places free, get free water. One, with the water, you ain't catching it in a reservoir and you're not filtrating it. They pay people to do that shit, right? The only reason that you have running water is because they have employees for corporations that have actually irrigated ditches, ran piping all through the goddamn ground, filtrated so that you don't drink poisonous shit like lead and bacteria and condom residue, which is why they tell you don't dump condoms in prescription pills, because they have a hard time filtrating, right, the shit in the reservoir. But they catch the water that comes from the sky, they filtrate the water in the sewage line so that you can have running water to wash your ass, your hands, brush your teeth, cook your food. They pay people to do that. So, like, unless you want to use it, you got to pay that service, sir. That's why they actually have utilities companies. Now, a person can argue that that's immoral or unethical, but like, Georgia Power has been here before I was born. If I'm not mistaken, Georgia Power has been in existence for over 140 years. What the fuck I'm gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to war with Georgia Power and say I should be able to use lights because it's free. No, it's not. If I'm not mistaken, somebody invented electricity. That shit didn't come from the sky. For all you assholes out there, before you even get started, you know what I mean. Clean water, I don't irrigate that. I'm not gonna clear no ditches. I'm not gonna fix a piping under the ground. Every time a water main breaks, you got the guys out there with the fucking reflector jackets on, cones up and shit. They cracking the water down. They trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep it contained. They got the police that's blocking their cars, the water utility trucks out there. They doing they thug thistle. I don't know how to do that shit. So, like, unless you know how to do that shit when that actually arises, it behooves you to shut the hell up. And unless you know how, another way to get clean water and filtrate it so that you can use it to wash your body, put in your toilet, wash your hands, shut the hell up. Now, the only thing I think is unethical in this world is actually bottling water. I don't think they should be selling bottled water. I think the water that we get, that they filtrate, is good enough. I think they should take that same energy with corporations and apply that to the water supply to clean it. Not make Coca-Cola or Dasani ass water or Fiji water that's shitty as fuck, that nobody drinks but psychos. I think food. Once again, somebody owns the apple fields, the orchard fields, the banana fields. They get bananas from South America. What the fuck I'm gonna do, right? So I gotta play ball. I gotta buy the bananas because they bought them from Chile and Ecuador and parts of Colombia, and then they ship them to Americas for our consumption, right? All those people involved got paid, whether it was the farmers, the transporters, the people at the grocery stores that house the fruits and the produce. You play ball because people get paid to do that shit. It ain't like it's a bunch of niggas out there farming. Like, don't get me wrong, if you want to start a farm, get some land and start a farm. Catch rainwater. I'm not saying you can't do that. You just have to do that. Don't complain about living in the city, right? Urban environments where that's done for you. Not only that, if you live out in rural areas, yeah, good luck with that farming shit. Hell, I'm in Atlanta. It's been 28 degrees for the last 3 weeks in the morning. Let me see how that works out for you lazy ass, convenient city living motherfuckers. I like to see you go out there and farm a cabbage patch at 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. It's cold as a brick. It was so cold the other day, and my car stopped working. I turned my heat on unexpectedly. The shit started working. I was thanking God, Jesus, and Allah. I don't know how that happened. It was cold as fuck. It was so cold, my hands hurt. So, yeah, you could do that. But this is coming from a person that's never farmed shit, bro. Them farmers that be out there in rural America and farmland, they be farming your tobacco or orchards, or your apples, or hell, anything, livestock, bro. It be cold as shit. I salute them niggas that own farms. You gotta be Ford tough to do that shit, cause ain't no way in the hell I might get a piece of land and set up my own little cabbage patch and call myself farming tomatoes and shit. That's about it, bro. I'm not doing that for mass consumption or even for a village. It's cold as a motherfucker. I ain't got time for that. Now, let's say if I live somewhere like in the Mediterranean or sub-Saharan Africa, maybe I would. Not North America. It's cold as a bitch in the winter. Leave it to me. Everybody's starving. That's why I salute the indigenous people that taught the damn settlers how to farm and all that jazz back in early America. Let's not get it fucked up. The Europeans didn't do shit and they damn near starved, as I would. So the fact that they was able to do that, my indigenous ancestors was able to do that. Hell, even some of the Africans that subsequently were slaves knew how to do that shit. Bro, there is no way in 5 fucks I'm starting a farm for the village, catching rainwater in this weather. Hell no. Now maybe if I live in Florida, Miami, some shit like that, I do all day. I'm in Georgia. It used to be hot than a motherfucker in Atlanta. It went from hot Atlanta to cold Atlanta. I ain't never experienced winters this goddamn. I've lived here 26 years. It ain't never been 28 degrees. Ever. It used to be like 80 degrees by 6 o'clock in the morning. I vividly remember them hot ass Christmases. So yeah, you just bitching. You know, this is what's wrong with niggas convolute, right? Racism in America, capitalism, and American society as a whole. They start making these stupid socialist arguments. Why do we have to pay for water? You know why you got to pay for water. Shut the hell up. Why should we have to pay for utilities? Because you ain't gonna do it. That's why. Why should we have to pay for housing? Is called rent. Yeah, because you own the property. You want to take your ass out there, rural America, live off the grid and get you a tiny house, have at it. They only about $16,000. They even take payment plans. Take your ass out there, live off the grid. What you can't do is bitch about the things that are the norm that have been instituted that people actually do for incentive wage. People get paid to go up there on the power lines and make sure your lights work. People get paid to filtrate water and make sure it's safe and clean for your dumb ass to use. People actually build high rises, apartment complexes, and even residential houses for your ass to live in. Now they charge a fee. That's just the cost of living, bro. Like, that's why we're a first world nation. We're not a developing nation. We're not a third world nation. They don't do that shit in most parts of India. They just find a place to live and they there. No running water, shitting on the side of the road. Hell, look at Uganda, Ghana, and Nigeria. Niggas is shitting and wiping their ass with a leaf. Because they don't have people to do filtration systems and plumbing. You know, there ain't no plumbing under the damn ground in most of parts of, like, even major cities in Africa. You go too far out of the city of this country of Nigeria, too far out away from Lagos, and your ass is shitting on the side of the road because you got a doodle, but ain't no toilets. And I'm just here to be the messenger. That's just the way it is, right? So if you want to take your ass out the grid and do it yourself, you can. You ain't gonna like change this shit. I'm tired of these people that think they like Tyrese. You gonna change the game? You ain't gonna change shit. Get your black ass in the house and pay that damn light bill before they turn your lights off. You on the internet using lights and electricity that you gotta pay a service for. You better pay that damn bill before they shut your shit off. You can just shut it off anyways when you doing this dumbass podcast with this imbecile on the bottom. He co-signing this fuckery while y'all both look using lights, using a damn laptop that take electricity. How the fuck do you think that was supposed to work? And you complaining about the same utilities that you use. I understand in a utopic society, in a natural society, we wouldn't have all this synthetic shit. However, you still would just have a butane lamp and some logs to start a fire. And you still would have to catch your water and filter it yourself and even sterilize it. Because just because it come from the sky don't mean it's clean. Dirt, particles, all types of shit in it can cause you to be sick. So yeah, shut the hell up. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do. As with all the other new videos that I'm doing, description, the link will be in it, so you can go to my store, actually buy you some merch if you want to support the show. You like it, you like the episodes, you want me to do these more frequent and even do more frequent lives. Shit costs money. Can't take away my attention from my jobs, so the link be there. If you don't want to support that, the least you could do is hit the like button to keep me in the algorithm. And I'm out.
No.